Hello, everybody. In the last decades of the 19th century, it was thought that 1 in 4 Londoners was living in poverty. But some research done during those decades discovered that that was an underestimate, and in fact 1 in 3 of the people who lived in London lived in poverty. And the research was done by Charles Booth, who was born on this day in 1840. He made his money in shipping, but he spent it on a huge piece of research about every aspect of London life. And out of the research came a number of volumes together entitled Life and Labour of the People in London. And it was produced in 1902. And it showed the scale of poverty. It led, because it was very persuasive, to some real important changes led by the Asquith government of the early 20th century. The beginnings of a system of pensions started in 1908, which he'd been a great advocate for. Free school meals started in 1909, and a labour exchange opened for the first time in 1909 too, because he said it was children and people who were without work and elderly people who were the worst victims of the poverty. And the point he made about their experience was that it was not their fault. There were structural reasons why people like that struggled to live. And he persuaded those in authority that the state needed to intervene to bring help because it was not their fault. It's interesting to hear that, given the current debate about the welfare state and to what extent those who are in need should be supported. And I want today just to offer an opportunity for us all to celebrate the welfare state such as it is, or should I say has been, in this country, and to hope and pray that we will continue to develop as a country which really does care for those who are in poverty, recognising that in the vast majority of cases it's not their fault, it's because of the lives into which they were born or structural aspects of the society which has made it impossible for them to begin to move up the economic chain, so to speak. As well as just celebrating that today, the other thing I just wanted to celebrate about Charles Booth was his method. He had a whole team of people who he sent out to interview people, to ask people of all sorts of different kinds in London what their experience of life was and what they needed. And it seems to me this is the way in which, if we want really to help people, we can make a start. Not by deciding for them what they need or attaching blame to them for their situation, but by going to them and asking and talking to them and doing what we can in response to their suggestions as to what might help. And so I'm talking now not so much about society, but about you and me and how we can offer help to the people around us, the people that we know that we're in a position to offer help to, and suggesting that the best way to do that is, first of all, to find out what they want and what they need.